Welcome back to Elements in Focus. My name is Grant Soliven, Manager of Advisor Operations, and always with me on the show, Aaron Rheaume, our Director of Financial Planning. For those of you that have been part of this discussion or trip with Aaron and I as we built these videos and learning lessons over time, thank you. We've received a lot of good feedback from you. I know we've gone back to our old recording style, but don't worry. We're actually, from here on out, going to be recording a lot more in that green screen format that we've heard a lot of great feedback for. So thank you for those of you that have been with us since the inception. For those of you that are new to Elements in Focus, it is Aaron and I's responsibility, along with the team members we have joining us, to walk through our 5 critical elements. You may be thinking, what is a critical element? Why are there 5? What Aaron and I know, along with the rest of our advisory team, is that success is never dependent on one thing, but failure can be. And where Aaron and I and our advisory team see most of the failure begin or even take place at inopportune moments for families are in these 5 critical elements. Today, we're going to focus on tax planning. Believe it or not, the IRS is the #1 eroder of your wealth, and we can go into a lot of details we do in these videos as to why. But we're coming up on year end as the time of this recording. And Aaron, what are some of the big priorities and strategies that we need to consider walking into year end? I know this is a loaded question and you have limited time. My friend, if there's anyone who can explain it, I know it's you.
Thank you, Grant. And as you said, that is a loaded question with a lot of detail and time that could go. We could make an hour-long video on tax planning, but main things to focus on prior to year end is one, if you have IRA dollars and it's a significant part of your portfolio and don't have a lot of Roth dollars, we may want to consider doing a Roth conversion. And that's moving IRA dollars to Roth dollars, which are tax-free. They avoid the required minimum distribution at age 72. We know that the tax code will sunset at the end of 2025 and our rates will go up in 2026. So one big consideration is if you have an IRA bucket of tax deferred money, we want to utilize your tax bracket to the best of our ability and consider doing a Roth conversion. Other caveat in 2022, as we're recording this here in October, the market is down, and so it does provide a optimal time to do Roth conversions because the hope would be to have the growth come back up inside of that tax-free IRA. Next thing to consider is where are you at on capital gains for the year? 2022 may not be favorable from a capital gains standpoint. So maybe you have long held positions that you could offset some of those capital gains with capital losses. So just reevaluating your portfolio, reevaluating the structure, maybe some things need to be changed to where you can recognize some losses to offset large capital gains. Any year-end donations, start to consider what does your standard deduction look like this year? Are you close to being able to take an itemization, which is a reminder, you can itemize your state and local tax up to $10,000. You can deduct mortgage interest. You can deduct medical expenses as long as it's over 7.5% of your AGI. And you can also deduct your charitable contributions. This year, married filing jointly, you can deduct right around 25, 26,000 is the standard deduction. So if your state and local tax, your mortgage interest, and your charitable gifting is around, let's say, 25,000, and that's made up of largely charitable gifting, we might actually do 2 years worth of gifting this year so that you can take advantage of your standard deduction the following year. The other reminder for those of you that are 72 that have not taken your required minimum distribution this year, that has to be done prior to December 31st. The IRS likes to remind us that if you don't take your required minimum distribution, they could subject that to a whopping 50% penalty. So make sure that your required minimum distributions are done prior to year end. Any college giving, so if you're doing giving in 529 plans, In the state of Indiana, you get a 20% tax credit up to a $5,000 contribution to offset any taxes owed on your state tax. So if you have a 1,500 in state tax that's due, you could have $1,000 of that offset by the tax credit. Now, the state of Indiana will not give you a refund for that portion, so we'd have to evaluate that. What else, Grant? Anything I miss?
And Aaron, we could spend a long time talking about a lot of key elements. So thank you so much for highlighting some of the big ones that often get missed, but have a significant impact on that 1040. And if you're looking for someone like Aaron or myself or someone from our advisory team to take a deep dive into your situation, please give us a call. Like Aaron said, we could spend a significant amount of time talking through all the things to consider, but we just don't have that time on this call. And like he says, traditionally, this is very unique to your situation. So give us a jingle, 800-928-4001 to set up an appointment. If you're new to our organization, our team, please ask for Brittany. She'll get you set up with one of our advisors that's closest to your location, as well as go to our website, www.yourlifeafterwork.com, where we store a lot of educational data that you can use to continue to figure out what's best for your situation. Get some of these tidbits, put them into practice. We always say, if you're going to do this on your own, right? That's your business. But if you're looking for a fiduciary that's going to do this with your best interest in mind, that's ours. So give us a call, reach out to either our website or our phone to access our team's deep knowledge and expertise in these areas. Well, thank you for the time. That for those of you who spend it with us weekly, and for those of you new, we appreciate you being here. We look forward to doing this next one with you, and we'll see you then.